Right, let's take two. So I do apologise, I'm back now. It's Jenny McCormac from Jemini Crafts. I do apologise for that false start. So I'm back again with our live, and this evening I've changed our time till 7 p.m. and I'm just going to see whether that suits more people or less people from our normal start time of 5 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So we're going to give it a go and see what the general consensus of opinion is. So thank you so much for joining me. It's Jenny McCormac. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator and I'm based in the market town of Brackley in the UK. We've had a beautiful day here today. Hi Katie. Hi Wendy. Haven't seen you for a little while. So it's been a lovely day here today and I've been busy and the time has just literally flown by today. Don't need this piece here. So this week I'm focusing on the Welcoming Window stamp set and the matching window box dies. So this is the stamp set. The images that you see are actually larger than the printed image on here because there's so many of them to fit on the front of that page there. So it features obviously a window, we've got flower pots, we've got a jug, we've got shutters, we've got what could be a window box. My favourite, as I said yesterday, is the bricks. And then you've got some floral and some greenery and flowers to go with it. And then 6 nice sentiments, including a Mother's Day one. But sending sunshine for a beautiful birthday, a thank you, wishing our paths crossed a little more often, welcome, and my sweet friend. So really nice and slightly unusual sentiments. It's a very effective stamp set that does all the work for you, which, if you know me, is exactly what I like. So I have stamped out some of the images, not all of them here. This is terracotta tile and this is balmy blue, just to show you the detail that you can get. Here are the sentiments and some of the flowers to give you an idea of the sizing. And then there are dies for all these elements and more. So we are going to be using some of the dies today, not all of them, but we have dies for the pots and the jug. So we have 4 different pots that you can cut out. We've got the shutters, which includes the wood grain effect. We've got the florals that go with the pots, and we've got some shutter detail, a window box, and also, as I say, the shutters and the insert for the window box. So lots of bits and pieces that you can use. So yesterday I did show you very briefly using the brick stamp, and I just created this little background, and then yesterday evening I was listening to something and I thought, oh, I'm just going to try adding a little bit of detail, and so I did that using a stamp from Grace's Garden, which is retiring, but I wanted the effect of, you know, something, roses or something climbing up the wall. So I was just really doodling with that. So it does look a little bit busy. I used some crumb cake for the backing in here. It's all stamped on basic white, but I was just having a little play with that. So this is going to be today's card, or a variation on this. So what I've got is I've got some basic white card that I'm going to use for this front layer. We're going to stamp the bricks rather like I've done that, and then we're going to stamp and die cut some of the pots and some flowers. I might do 3 complete pots, I'm not quite sure, but that is the plan. Okay, so let's start with that fabulous nice and easy brickwork. This was the card we made yesterday for anybody who didn't catch yesterday's design. So very simple stamping. Okay, let me put that to one side. So I've got a piece of, this is where I was playing last night, as you can see, a small piece of grid paper, and I'm going to start with a Whisper White layer, or basic white I should say. One day I'll get used to calling it with its new name. Right. Now I did have some cut to size. Here we are. So this is going to fit a standard size card. And I have cut an espresso layer to go behind. And then I'm going to choose an ink colour, or rather you're going to help me choose an ink colour, hopefully, to do the flowers, and then that's probably the colour of the base card that I will use. Okay, so I'm going to start. Oh, bless you, Wendy. You poor thing. That's really tough. So this is the little brick stamp, and it's so easy to utilise. So I am going to use crumb cake, but obviously you could use anything. So this one is terracotta tile, which is quite in your face. This one I wanted really quite a little bit more subtle. So, and this links together really well. So all I'm going to do is just start coming in from the side, like so. And you can leave some gaps. It's very light actually, isn't it? So I'm hoping you can see if I lift that up. No, that's true, Wendy. So there, oh yes, you can see that. So you can do as much of this as you want in terms of decorating the background. I quite like having it in patches to give the effect of an old stone wall. You could also use, you know, a combination of different colours, but it really is easy to line up, because you've got a gap on the right hand side and then you've got a brick coming out on the left. So it really is easy, and what you can do is turn it round as well, so that you get the bricks going in a slightly different way. So let's just have this coming up off the top. Let's put one more there. So you could add, you know, as much detail or as little detail as you want. I'm just going to use a blending brush as well, and picking up a little of that. So I keep my brushes as generic colours. So I don't have one for each colour. I have one for browns, one for greens, one for pinks, etc. And for those of you from my previous class in a box, those blending brushes are finally on their way. So they'll be sent out to you as soon as I get them. Okay, so I'm just using this around the edges. Like so. Just turning this round to make it easier to work on, rather than being at an odd angle. And obviously you can do this all the way over if you wish. You could also start with a piece of crumb cake card, so that you've already got a bit of colour built in, if that makes any sense. Or Sahara sand. Terracotta tile probably is a little bit too deep, but you could do tone on tone and use that. Okay, so just adding that little bit of detail. So Katie, you were first to say hi, so if you're still watching, give me a colour choice in terms of what colour you want my flowers to be, and therefore that will determine what colour I'm going to use for my base card. There we go. So I hope you can see already that that is got more of a tint to it. I'm not sure you can actually in the evening light, but hopefully you can. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is stamp some pots. So I've got some offcuts here that I can use, and I am going to use terracotta tile. Just grab that. So that's to say, there's different sizes of pots. So what I'm going to do is actually stamp a few of them in one go, and then I'll just cut out what I need. You could stamp some straight on as well if you wanted to, straight onto your base card. Just hoping that's going to fit on there. And then I can die cut these. I've got one here already actually. So just giving that a decent amount of ink. So like that. And I do like the fact that the shading and the tone is done for you. While I'm here, I am going to stamp another one. It's a bit close to that, so I'm just going to put that in there. So I haven't decided how many pots I'm actually going to use. So those are going to be my terracotta pots. And then I'm going to do my greenery on some other pieces. And there's two types of the greenery. So you've got this one with a fairly flat edge at the bottom, and then this one that comes up and sort of drapes around. So I'm going to again stamp those together and then just die cut them and add some flowers. So Katie, if you're still with us, any thought on what colour? Just a generic colour, so pink, or we did yellow yesterday. Did we do yellow yesterday? Yes, we did Daffodil Delight yesterday. But if you want to choose a colour, that would be great. So that's those. I'm just going to add, doesn't really matter which one I add in, another one of these. Purple. Oh, good choice, Katie. Good choice. Okay, so that's those elements. Now I'm just going to grab the flowers. So they're already aligned for you to fit in these little gaps here. So let me just grab a gorgeous grape. It's lovely. It should be deep purple. Purple, orange and red. Woohoo! Okay. Right, let's start with this. So when you're putting these together, the one with the 6 goes on the sort of the one with the droopy bits. The best way I can describe it, the trailing pieces. And then the other one goes like here with the set of little foreberries up in the top right hand side. Okay, so let's stamp that one while I'm here. So I'm just going to stamp it onto there first. There we go. And again, there is some inbuilt shading to these, so I'm just going to pop this roughly in there. There's a fair bit of give and take where you put it. Okay, now my phone's just given up the ghost, so I'm hoping everybody is still there. And let me see if I can find you back again. Yes, there we go. Okay, so there's that one, and let's do oh, what colour for those? I'll do purple and pink maybe. I've got Magenta Madness, it's a nice bright colour, so I'm just going to use that. Okay, so this is the one with the 6 on it. I'm hoping you can see that it's far enough up to see what we're doing. So there's one. And 2. There we go. Okay. So we've got some pots that we can cut out, and we've got some foliage and flowers that we can cut out. Going to keep this plain underneath. You could stamp and manually cut out some of the bricks if you wanted to make it look a little bit more 3D. So what I'm going to do is stamp a sentiment in there. So I've got a whole stack of birthdays coming up. So I am going to use that Sending Sunshine for a Beautiful Birthday. And by stamping this first, it means I can then arrange my pots accordingly. Okay, so I'm using, as you know, early espresso, like so, and adding that in there, just stamping it over the bricks there. And then let me just bring my die cutting machine. So Katie, the stamps that you're waiting on, Butterfly Wishes in particular, is along with probably 20,000 other parcels, is stuck in a container, and so I'm hoping they will all be released soon. So I do apologise. The first stamps that you order with me and then you have to wait, I'm so sorry. It's really frustrating, isn't it? But I do have a Butterfly Brilliance coming, a spare one for me, so you can have one of those. And this is the foliage. Okay, so for the foliage, you've got this one that works its way around, and then the same with the others. Just going to use a little bit of tape on these just to keep them roughly in place. So there's that one. Whoops, without moving it. like so. And then one of these. And you could also stamp a layer straight onto here. Actually, I might do that to give a 3D effect. So that's my 2 pieces of foliage. Just going to add that one on there. And this is the invisible tape that I've been using, the magic tape. And then I've got 2 pots here. So again, just positioning that on top. Bit of tape. And I'm using tape particularly because my plates are very worn and so they're rather warped. So if you're not careful, the dies move around as they go through the machine. Okay. Oh, there it is. I thought I was missing a plate for a minute. So I'm just going to pop those onto my plate. You'll see what I mean about my warped plates. I need to unwarp them or pop a few more. I've got always keep spares. Okay, so I'm just going to cut those out, and I think I will put one of the sets stamped straight on. Now I can't see any more comments, so I apologise if you're commenting this time round. Okay, let's have a look. So I've got 1 pot. Very sweet, aren't they? And 2. So. And then this is my foliage here. Oh, still there, brilliant. Oh, that is working. Thank you, Katie. You're a superstar. How's your class going? I thought your sample of that stenciling was excellent. Okay. Let's do this one again. Not quite sure that I cut it quite right. Okay. Right. Just going to pop that through. I don't like to do it on my desk because it tends to make the camera wobble a bit rather. Okay, here we go. That's it. So you can keep these bits and reuse them. There we go. So I think what I'm going to do is stamp a pot. So a bit like I've got on here, this is actually die cut and put flat, and these are on dimensionals. So I think I'm sort of going to recreate that, but just going to stamp a pot straight onto the base. So I've got this one here. Terracotta tile. So just inking this up. And I'm just going to have this one here, like so, and a little bit of foliage. This is a great set for mixing with other things as well. Oh, bless you, Wendy. Yes, I've got a team Zoom call any minute now, so I will be prompt. Okay, so just going to put this one on, like so. and add, so which colours am I going to have here? Whoops. Oh, good. So I'm going to make that purple as well. Get the right way round. Find the right ones. Yes. It's the plain one that has the extra bits and pieces. That's better. Okay, so here we are. Gorgeous grape, and I'm going to stamp it off once and then stamp it here because this one's going to be in the background. Like that. So pretty. And then I'm going to pop this onto dimensionals. So there's one. Like so. Just going to have this a little way across. And then like that. Hi Babsy. Oh, thank you. There we go. So that one there, and then I'm going to put my other cutout one here. I've got a larger one. No, I'm going to go with that one. And another dimensional. Oh, hi Brenda. Thank you everybody. As I say, I'm just trialing a new time of 7 PM. See whether that suits people any better. Like so. There we go. And obviously you could add some Wink of Stella so that you've got a bit of detail on those flowers. Just going to add a couple more of those. Oops. Like so. And then I'm just going to ground these pots with my crumb cake pen. You probably can't see that detail because I suspect it's in shade. You've got the shadow here from the light, but I just want those to be grounded together. Okay, and then I'm just going to pop that onto Early Espresso and then onto my choice of base card. And let's find it. Is this the right size? No, this is an offcut. Here it is. There we go. So I just need to decide, am I having Gorgeous Grape or am I having Magenta Madness for my base card? There we go. Voila. nothing in it really. I think maybe gorgeous grape, just for a change. Extract myself. Actually, this is Highland Heather. Yes. It is Holland Heather, but I don't want it too dark, so as a contrast with the espresso. So I'm going to cut this one the other way around. So 14.85 is going to have a score line like so, and then this way round 10.5 is my cut line. Just put that to one side, fold this over, like so. Job done. Barbara says, be adventurous and go for Magenta Madness. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Maybe I'll have some Magenta Madness tomorrow. There we go. And that is our base card all finished. And if you wanted to add for the insert, if I can just find my pieces of card that I carefully put to one side, is I'm just going to stamp the pot on the inside, just because I can, and then we'll be done. So using that nice large pot, you could use the vases, of course. Thank you, Brenda. Oh, thanks, Wendy. Such a pretty set. It really is. So I'm just going to pop one in. I think this would be fun to do with a whole stack of pots. You know, all, you know, higgledy-piggledy, like my greenhouse or my shed would be. Let's pop this one on, and we're done. Voila. And now I can pick out that gorgeous grape again for my flowers. Yep. By the end of the week, I'll have remembered the small one has the extra flowers on it. I might remember by then, mightn't I? No, I haven't forgotten, Babsy. Thank you. I haven't forgotten. Just going to add a little bit of brick on, and we're all done. Just going to add a little bit of that brickwork along here. Just so nice. There we go. So that's going on the inside, like so. Okay, so there we go. that's our card for today. Thank you so much. I can't believe that's Tuesday done and dusted. So I will be back tomorrow, Wednesday, for another one in this weekly series of Welcoming Window. So thank you everybody for joining me this evening. Do let me know if you prefer this time to 5 o'clock, and I look forward to crafting with you again really soon. Thank you so much. Have a good evening, everyone. Bye bye.